What's up, people? Welcome to week 10, 11:02. Hope you had a nice break. It's Tuesday. Uh, Temperatures dropped 20 degrees, which is awesome. Like it cold. I got my little knit cap. Okay, look at that. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, and so today we are going to just go over some uh, examples from essay one. Okay, in preparation of you finishing your paper, essay essay two, I'm gonna go over some things about essay one, so that way you can make sure that you don't make these same mistakes on essay two. Okay. All right. So let me pull these up. All right. So let's look at an example of an A paper. We'll just start off the bat with an A paper. Okay. This is by Patch Adams. Um, why am I frozen? There we go. All right, so it begins with we have last name, page number at the top, and then we have let's go ahead and check the formatting. I'm going to go ahead and do Control Alt, go to paragraph. Okay. All right, line spacing is double. Let's see. This should be at. I didn't notice any real differences. I think this might be a little too. Yeah, I didn't really notice any difference there. Okay. Then we have their name, first and last name. Okay. Uh, this should actually be switched, but I don't really. I mean, like that's not really that big of a deal. Okay. Their name, my name, the course, and the date. Okay. The title here is sort of an hour essay. Okay, it's kind of boring, but whatever. I'm not grading you on creativity. I'm grading you on accuracy. Okay, sort of an hour um, is correctly punctuated with the quotation marks and the quotation marks. The formatting is correct. It's justified. Okay, it's not to the left. It's justified. All right. So there we go. We go down here, and if you just notice that the punctuation, there's commas where they should be. The commas are inside of the quotation marks, okay, which is where punctuation is supposed to exist. All right. I'm not going to read you word for word the paragraph. You can just know that the paragraph flows well. Okay. We'll look at examples of ones that don't flow well. So don't worry about that. Okay. So yeah, so this essay did not have many problems. I mean, here we have Bovar. All right, we have quotation marks. Okay, states. We have page numbers. So quotation marks, page numbers, period. Okay. All right. And then the conclusion is clearly a paragraph, and it's not that much smaller than the first paragraph, the introduction. Some people have some people's conclusions are like that long, which is not good at all. Okay, so we gotta make sure that we do have some bit of a conclusion. And the works cited page is on the last page, and it is begins at the very top, and it has only two, which is fine, but they're in alphabetical order, and they're double spaced. They have the hanging indent, like this. So this is all good. It looks good. Okay. I'm very happy with it. Okay. So that is an A paper. It's not flawless. I mean, there were some errors, but still it's an A paper. Okay. All right. Let's look at a B paper. Okay. This is a B paper. And we're already noticing, you should already notice some errors. Okay. Okay. So that's correct. Let's go and do Control All, look at the paragraph. Okay, this needs to be 0, 0. It should just pop up. Okay. All right. We need to have some space. Notice here, look, this is all jaggedy over here. This is straight down. So that means that this is aligned incorrectly. Which it is. See, it says there's left right there. So we need to go over here to justify. Okay. Now it's smooth. All right. Okay. If you just go through a spell check, I don't understand why people turn in papers with red squigglies. Okay. So if we just click on it, it gives us the correct spelling. Same thing here. Okay. This tells us that it's wrong, which is actually yep. It's supposed to be they are. So there we go. There's Miss Mallard. There's a space. Miss space Mallard. Miss Mallard. Okay. That's actually spelled correctly. I think. I'm going to look that one up. Mallard space space space. Okay. All right. The formatting was a little jacked up. Okay, which is why it's something on an A paper. But though, okay, and then like, look, some of the grammar is wrong. It's right here. It's incorrect. The period goes inside of quotation marks. Inside of quotation marks. This here, we have a quote right here. Then there's a period, quotation mark, and then we have a parenthetical citation and a period. And the parenthetical citation, all this is incorrect right here. Okay. You don't have a period before you have the parenthetical citation because the parenthetical citation is part of the sentence. And then I've discussed this several times on multiple lectures. Who started citing paragraphs? I don't understand this. This might be done in some formattings, but this is not done in MLA formatting. We do not cite paragraphs, okay? So we cut that out. All right. We have a comma before, right after the verb. Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. It is up to you to give life meaning. Again, no period before the citation. A quote by Jean-Paul Sartre. Okay, so like I was like, what? Why is this? Why is it cited like that? But then I guess if you go down to the works cited page, let's see. It's right here. It is listed this way on the works cited page, which I'll get to the works cited page and its problems in a moment. But okay, so fine. You can keep it that way, but it at least needs to be part of the sentence. So same thing here. Look, so like error. Now these are consistent errors. Okay, it's like it's the same error over and over again. So it doesn't necessarily count as like a new error because it's consistently incorrect. Okay. You don't have a period before the parenthetical citation, and you don't include the paragraph in which you are quoting from. It's only page numbers. Okay. Punctuation goes inside of quotation marks. Inside of quotation marks. All right, this is correct right here. Bovard, 110. Okay. So, despite some of its grammatical errors, okay, the essay is good. It's almost 1,200 words. All right. Its arguments are fine. Its discussion is thoughtful. So grammatical stuff I'm only going to take swing points off the grammatical stuff if the rest of the essay is good in terms of its discussion and its analysis. Okay. But like this paper would definitely benefit a lot from going to the writing lab and having someone look over and helping with the formatting and the grammatical usage. Okay. Now the works cited page though is pretty ugly. It's all done there because when we justified the text, it made it shorter, and so but look, this is not good. Everything needs to begin. Okay, the whole page needs to begin over here. A hanging indent starts for lines after the last name. All this needs to be pushed over. The way you do that is you click on the previous line, hit tab. Okay. Oops. Tab, 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 tab. Oh, yep. Tab. Okay. Tab. Tab. Okay. I don't know why there's two Simone de Beauvoir. You would have the same citation, which that's not even really a proper citation for the second text. And then Ernest Hemingway, if y'all remember, on our E-class page, on our Blackboard page, lessons in the Essay 1 and short stories, I posted citations for the stories, proper citations. And if you open this up, all you had to do was copy the story that you're quoting, put that in. Okay. Now also these are all out of order. They're just going in alphabetical order. So Beauvoir, we need to come up here. Okay. Actually, A starts first. Right there. And then, see, this needs to be in alphabetical order. Okay, people. All right. So that right there. So like this paper received an 80. All right. It was saved from being a C because of the actual writing itself, the analysis, the 1,200 words. Okay, that was actually what saved it from being a C. Because the only main issues is formatting and some grammatical stuff, but the grammar stuff doesn't take away. So it's not like the sentences are bad. Okay, I've had plenty of students who grammar is somewhat okay, but like the sentences are mangled. Like you read out loud and you're like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, this essay at least does. All right. So the rhetoric of the and the well phrasing and the length of the essay saved this from being a C paper, even though its formatting needs to really be fixed. The works cited page needs to be absolutely fixed. Okay. All right. Now, if this was a short paper, this had all of its issues, and it was like 900 words. Okay, it would have been C paper, definitely. Okay, let's 1102. Okay, let's look at a C paper. All right. So I blocked out the student's name. Okay. All right. So here's this paper, and already we start having like all these. This is the way that your paper should look. Is that um yeah, 81. Okay. So the one that so this is what I just showed you, that which is actually not a C paper. This is the B paper. Um, this is the way it looked about in terms of like my comments. Okay. Um, um, my comment to that person who wrote a quote by, I said, do not cite a quote website. If you find a quote on a quote website, you need to find out the original source of that quote, as in where it was originally stated. And that original source is what you should be citing. Okay. So that was in reference to um, this right here, when they said a quote by John Paul Sartre. My suggestion was not cite this website. Instead, just find where the quote came from originally and cite that, which was his book, Being in Nothingness. Okay. All right. It looks like I downloaded the wrong thing, so I don't have a C paper copy, but I do have a D. So let's look at the D. All right, this was blocked out. Okay, here we go. So this is a D paper. All right, we can see that I have a bunch of these things chalked out. Okay, so you might be asking like, well, why is all that cut out? Well, let's look. Okay, so this paper received a D. Okay. I said that there are many things wrong with the introduction. It's too short. Do not write in first person. We did not read these stories in class. Okay, so look. First off, on the in terms of formatting, there's no last. The person that doesn't have their last name and page numbers on here. My name is not on here. Okay. The introduction is very short. It's kind of like the last two lines. I mean, the last two sentences of an introduction. There should be like at least like four more lines before we get to this right here. And then I didn't assign these stories. A Wall of Fire, The Yellow Wallpaper, and The Lottery. Those are not stories that I assigned, and that's not in the assignment. That's not in the description of the assignment. So you're not going to be able to just write on whatever it is that you want to write. If people are turning a paper in for essay 2 on poems that are not from the packet that I assigned, then don't expect a good grade. Okay. If this is a novel, A Wall of Fire, then that's not how you correctly write a novel name. A title needs to be in italics. Okay. That's problematic. You know, it's the formatting is incorrect. It's a line left instead of being justified. Okay. Um, this right here, if Inticat is the name of the author, I think it is. Yep. Then the author's name needs to be in the parentheses. Now, like all this, okay. All of this is background information and it's unnecessary. Okay, this paragraph is about the book's main symbol was the yellow wall covering the narrator's room. This paragraph is about symbolism. That's the claim. This line right here. The book's main symbol was the yellow wall covering the narrator's room. That is the claim. So all of this is unnecessary. All of this should not be here. Okay, which is why it's scratched out. This is the actual claim. It should be, your paragraphs flow: claim, support, analysis. And then here we have some support. So we took the nursery at the top of the house. Okay, is a good illustration of irony. So this paragraph is about symbolism, but then we start talking about irony. And then in the yellow wallpaper, which is not punctuated correctly. Okay, dramatic and situational irony are effectively employed, given that one of the protagonists in the novel has a mental illness. Lots of irony again. So this is not about symbolism. This is about irony. It needs to be then the claim either needs to be rewritten, or the analysis needs to be rewritten. Like there's an inconsistency here. You can't be talking about symbolism and irony in the same paragraph. Okay. So same thing with here. All this is background and like summary. None of this is actual analysis. None of this is analytical writing. Okay. It's just on. And then again, we have here the black box, the stones, the names all have symbolic meanings. Okay. Symbolism. Symbol. Cool. All right. This paragraph is actually about symbolism, but it's only the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines are actually about symbolism. All of this has nothing to do with the discussion of symbolism. So all that needs to be cut. It's all unnecessary. And then this is our conclusion, which is 2.5 lines. This is a terribly small, inadequate conclusion. It needs to be much longer than this. Okay, this should be balanced. Your conclusion, your introductions should be close to the size of regular paragraphs. And then the works cited page is not double spaced as it should be. Okay, so this paper has a lot of problems. Okay, not just this one's an example of where it's not just the formatting, but it's also the actual writing of the paper is not good. Okay, it lacks a lot of focus and in-depth discussion, and it relies a lot on sort of background information, summary, and too many claims in one paragraph. Okay, so you can get away with kind of crappy formatting, but still good writing, good analysis. And you can get away with really good formatting and okay analysis, but you can't really get away with bad formatting and bad analysis. Okay. All right. So those are the papers I wanted to show you. I hope that that helps you kind of give you a little bit more of a better focus on what you're going to do in your paper, what you need to avoid, what you need to focus in on. Make sure that you get those titles correct. Make sure you've gone over all the notes that I've discussed. I'm holding you to it. Okay, if I've talked about it in a lecture, then it is open season for me to grade you for that. All right. If you have any questions about how's it going, about what you're doing, and you're on the right track, please send me an email and let me know. All right, y'all, take it easy.